Hello and welcome to another video brought to you by KeepsakeCrafts.net and allfreejewelrymaking.com. Today I'm going to show you how you can make your own head pins. Instead of just using purchased ones, you can use a piece of wire, add a little spiral to the end to fancy it up, and you've made your own components. I'll show you how to use that component to make these great earrings. So to make these earrings, you will need 2 focal beads. These are some pressed glass beads, 2 small spacer beads, 2 contrast beads. These are number 6s, kind of large seed beads, 2 ear wires, and 2 pieces of 22 gauge wire. I'm using copper wire that's got this kind of gold color, but actually the packages, I'll show you. You can purchase them, they come in a variety of colors, so you could certainly use any of the colors that you want. So we're going to go ahead and get started making our spiral at the bottom of for the bottom of our earrings. And if your wire is a little kinked, you can just use your fingers. You can also grab a cloth and then kind of straighten it out through your fingers. And then take the very tips of your round nose pliers and start to make a spiral. And then kind of flatten it out a little bit more than that. And then once it's starting to come back around, go ahead and take your chain nose pliers and give that a squeeze. So we've got that tightened up. And now I'm going to use the flat part of my round nose pliers and then just go ahead and hold on to that and start to make a spiral. And it can be loose, it can be tight, kind of whatever look you're going for. And I'm just going to take a look at my earrings. I want it a little bigger than that. This would be a fun technique. You could make great big spirals for the bottom of a chunky ear bead, or you could even have a small bead and have the spiral kind of be the focal point. Okay, that works. Then go ahead and grab your wire right at the right where that spiral ends. Grab it and bend it so that you have a nice angle. Now the next step is just to harden this a little bit. And what I have here, and you can buy bench blocks, what I have here is an old piece of a cutting mat, a rotary cutting mat, and it was glued to a piece of a very stable board. And this, as you can see, it's all beat up. This is what I use to beat things. And then a little rubber jeweler's hammer. And you don't need to apply a lot of force. All we're going to do is smack it a little. And the point is to work harden it so that it won't be so floppy and prone to moving. And that's really it. So then to make our earring, we'll just slide that onto our bead, slide on spacer, and there's large seed bead. And because this wire is fine and you can kind of see as I'm working with it, it's moving all over the place, I am going to do a wrapped loop so that it will be more secure rather than just a plain loop. And the way you do that is you start it the same way you do a plain loop, by holding it right where the wire comes out of the bead, bend it a 90-degree angle, use round nose. Oops, sorry about that, camera battery died. Anyways, you're just going to finish this wrap and tuck in the ends. Make sure it's nice and smooth. You don't want anything sharp there that's going to catch on clothing or hair. So that's wrapped. And as I'm looking at this bright coppery color, I don't know, I might have liked it better if I had done it with the green wire or one of the colored wires. So I might try that next time. But then the last step is just to open up the loop of your ear wire, pop on the loop that you just made, wrapping, and if you want, take a look at how it's hanging, and you may want to twist your spiral so that it stays front and center. And these are kind of fun earrings. You can imagine all the different possibilities in color combinations and beads. And what's great about making earrings is that you can have just two really fantastic beads and a few accents, and you have a great pair of earrings. So I hope you've enjoyed this project. Here's another closer look at what we've made today. And I hope you'll give some wire wrapping and making your own components a try. It's kind of fun. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out keepsakecrafts.net for more crafting and jewelry ideas and inspiration.